Oh, snap. Welcome back to the channel, y'all. Oh, my goodness. Y'all went crazy last night for this Gypsy Rose. What's it called? Tea? Is that what I'm supposed to say? All kinds of craziness. Literally all kinds of craziness. So I figured, you know what? Let's keep it going. Let's continue on down this path. See what's going on. We got so many videos to react to. YouTuber headlines, Without a Crystal Ball, Candace Star, Local Monster, Angel Baby, ZZ, and Radiant Brit, all on deck. Y'all, this is going to be crazy as hell. So make sure you hit the thumbs up button. Make sure you hit the subscribe button if you're on YouTube. Make sure you hit the follow button if you're on TikTok. Make sure you do all the things, okay? I don't know why my iPad's freaking out. Yes, okay. Thank you, iPad. My God. Can you work now, please? Thank you. All right, so I'm going to shrink myself down. And we're going to get this thing started. Y'all, hit the thumbs up button. Let's go.
Did you know Ken was arrested? Yep, back in 2014, and I have his mugshot. A video just came out of Ken's reaction to finding out Gypsy is pregnant. Christie and Gypsy's friend Bree is showing Gypsy's medical records to prove she is pregnant. And Without a Crystal Ball claims that Lifetime was trying to push Gypsy to get pregnant so they could use it as a teaser for season 2 and a cliffhanger for season 1.
Oh my goodness.
Katie Joy from Without a Crystal Ball says she's been talking to Little Miss Lithium, aka Zora, and Zora is Gypsy's prison best friend's girlfriend. Zora posted this TikTok. I packed my bags and left my Munchausen by proxy abuser without committing a blank. Gypsy and Zora had a falling out, and Ken actually said the other day on live that Zora is an addict. Zora was recently on TikTok Live, and she addressed what Ken said about her and more.
Ken also said you were an addict. Lies. I am a recovered addict, baby. I've been sober 3 months now. Why is Jib getting quiet right now? Because I'm talking about her and she's scared. I know too much, and she's trying to act like nothing's wrong, but everything is wrong. The only thing that upsets her is when people, quote, wrong her. She doesn't care about other people. She cares about herself. And this is the only thing that hurts her, is seeing me out here telling the truth to her fans.
Gypsy and Amelia were best friends in prison, and Gypsy came out of prison and actually spoke about Amelia's story, allegedly to Kim Kardashian, but we never saw that on the show. Gypsy said they cut it out of the show, but she did make a TikTok about Amelia's story, but has since deleted it. And Amelia's girlfriend is Zora, aka
she was like, oh, hell no.
A Little Miss Lithium.
Hello, my name is Gypsy Rose Blanchard, and I would like to introduce you to one of my very good friends. This is Amelia Bird.
You're probably like one of the only people that doesn't have to say who you are at the beginning of a video. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like most people be like, yeah, we know who you are.
She was only 16 years old when she was arrested with her then boyfriend in connection with her crime. And with no other evidence stacked against her except for the testimony of the then boyfriend, Amelia is now serving 2 life sentences, ran consecutive at the Chillicothe Correctional Center for Women in Missouri.
Katie Joy says Zora, Little Miss Lithium, shared this video with her. In this video, Gypsy is at the doctor and finding out she's pregnant, and Christie calls Ken to let him know that she is pregnant. So we're seeing Ken's reaction, his very first reaction to finding out Gypsy is pregnant.
You are a daddy. Oh my God. They're going to do an ultrasound next time.
Yeah, the ultrasound will be next time. It's confirmed for
Look at this. Oh my God. Get away towels to feel like you're going to pass out.
You're going to be okay.
No, I'm good. It's to see it is, but to hear it.
Ken is asking for further confirmation.
Is there anything I can see on the screen?
and that Gypsy is pregnant. He said, "Do you have anything on a screen?" It sounds like he's wanting to see an ultrasound picture, even though Gypsy and Christie just said they'll do an ultrasound next time. Next, Gypsy and Christie filmed the doctor or nurse, whoever is in the room. I don't know. Her face is blurred, but they filmed the medical professional saying, yes, Gypsy is pregnant. It's almost like they're getting proof to show that she is pregnant because
Whoa.
they don't have a sonogram picture yet. That will be taken at the next visit.
Oh my goodness.
Say it again. Tell her she's what? Say it again.
She's pregnant.
Will I have an ultrasound today?
So it won't be today. So the way ultrasounds work is you have to be at least 7 to 8 weeks before you can actually see something. So right now, you'll see a development of something, but you won't really see much of anything.
Okay.
So we have to wait till you get a little further along, okay? But we'll definitely get that scheduled.
Yeah.
Ultrasound, blood work, that kind of stuff.
In Katie Joy's video, she says that she
Oh man.
asked Zora, why would Gypsy send you these videos? Katie says that Zora said Gypsy sent her the videos because she wanted her to be there with her. She wanted her to experience this with her.
There's even a second video where they actually try to do an ultrasound on her stomach, but they can't pick up even a heartbeat and they can't pick up the baby because she's too early.
Katie Joy also says in
Whoa.
her video that she's not sure when these videos of Gypsy at the doctor were filmed. A few days ago, Katie Joy joins Hello Starlight's live on YouTube where they're talking about Gypsy Rose. Hello Starlight asked Katie Joy about the videos I just showed. She's asking if those were outtakes from the show, like where the videos came from.
Are those outtakes like from the show?
Okay, so what I've gathered from what this was is Zora said that they were sent to her because Gypsy said she wanted to share them with her. What I think happened was that if you notice in the doctor's office, she's wearing the same shirt that she had on the show. And I was like, okay, I think what she was doing is they thought if they filmed this could be on the show. But they
Oh
because they did
man.
some of their own filming. But see, what happened was she got pregnant and filming had already wrapped.
Right, and then they added that little.
Yep.
During this live, Hello Starlight asked Katie Joy about a statement she made pertaining to Lifetime wanting Gypsy to get pregnant so they can use it as a storyline and a way to tease season 2.
Unbelievable.
When you had that falling out, one of the things
No way they do that, right?
that you said was that Lifetime was trying to use pregnancy as a PR.
Yeah. They were telling her in January.
Yeah.
At least this is what I was told.
Right.
I mean, don't sue me, Lifetime. The Blanchards are known to lie, but they told me that Lifetime was like, wouldn't it be great if you guys got pregnant and it would be a really good cliffhanger for the next season?
Oh Lord, Jessica, thank you too. Damn, you guys are crazy as hell. Thank you.
That's
So much
obviously
love. One
what the
left.
whole show was building up to.
And when she did get pregnant a little late, they quickly filmed.
Kimberly, thank you. Ruckdon, thanks for gifting a membership over on YouTube as well. Hell yeah, thank you for that.
Some scenes.
Bree, who's a friend of
Hey, Kyle,
Christie
what's
and
up, guys?
Gypsy, and Bree spends a lot of time on social media defending the Blanchard family, recently posted this video showing Gypsy's medical records proving Gypsy is pregnant. The first clip shows the April 5th document showing she was not pregnant on April 5th.
Show the proof.
Oh my word. What the hell?
That's what she said. But right, and now let's look at the next one. This is May 27th.
Oh man, here we go. Y'all, it says love paintings. Let's get 100 of them. Let's go crazy.
That's Gypsy. May 27th. Oops. May 27th at 1:48 p.m. And she's pregnant.
Next, Katie Joy and Hello Starlight start talking about the role Christie played in bringing Ken back into Gypsy's life.
Crooked Stacia, thank you. Damn, that's cool. It writes I love you on my cheek.
And everyone wants to put it on Christie, like Christie's the one that brought Ken back, but it's not that simple because he was never gone. How do you bring someone back
There's a diamond, thank you.
that isn't gone?
Played a huge part in the downfall of their marriage. I don't care what anybody says, she did.
Yeah,
It
I
was
mean,
up, and Mia had it directly on point. She should have let it go.
yes, she shouldn't have inserted herself at all. Like,
Nurse KK, thank you
Like,
too.
that's the one thing, like the last episode of the season when she got into that fight with Mia, I knew I was never going to talk to Christie again because I was horrified. I would like, that's not the Christie I knew. Her behavior throughout that filming wasn't the person I knew at all.
Here's part of the
Jessica, thank you.
conversation Gypsy, Christie, and Mia had at lunch. Mia and Christie do not agree on how things
Oh, Lord. Randa, howdy, man.
went down.
She needed to know the real reason why he ended it. Yes, she did. Because
called her and not you.
Oh, damn, that audio is terrible.
Ryan didn't want her.
I did block him because Ryan wanted me to.
So
He's advocating to me talking about one of my exes while I'm with Andre, like married, like that.
no. That situation's different. She needed closure.
Still not your place.
So I didn't say it was my. I said this is my opinion. This is.
And he had every right to hate Ken and all that. He has every single right. So let him feel the way that he feels. Because are you saying that you wouldn't want him talking about him and that? That is his feelings.
Has a better understanding of what.
My conversation. Before I get this off,
I know some things are different angles.
After this episode aired, Mia got a lot of love and support saying, "You're the only smart one in your family. I agree with you." And Mia went on TikTok to address some of the comments she was receiving. She appreciated some comments, but she did not appreciate other comments that were made about her family.
Oh, damn. How dare you talk about my family, even though we put all of our family drama on Lifetime or whatever, A&E Network, all over the interwebs, all over TikToks, all over YouTubes.
I appreciate all the love that I've gotten since last episode. I do. But it's when people comment and say, you're the only smart one in the family. I hate the rest of your family, but I love you. That's not a compliment to me. And that's not being very supportive of me. Like, that is my family. I love them. But things like that don't need to be said. I love my mom. I love her. I love my dad. I love Gypsy. I love my family. And there's no reason that
Sarah, thank you.
people should be getting, they should be getting as much hate as they should for it. They are getting for it. We all make mistakes. We all do things. I'm pretty sure every single person in here has done something that they're not proud of, or something that, you know, they got backlash for.
Nope.
And it just so happens that one was televised. So it is what it is.
Going back to Hello Starlights Live, someone says, if we ever can get Ryan on panel, I would love to ask him some questions. And Katie Joy says he will never talk to any of us. She said when she was still in the Blanchard's life, Ryan wouldn't even talk to her then.
Oh, my word. Desiree, thank you for the Cash App. Desiree coming in hot with the Off the Grid love. Thank you for the support, y'all. TheHauntedSide.com if you want to support the show directly. Don't give the overlords the majority of them things. If you want to support the show directly, TheHauntedSide.com. Go get some of that merch, too. Get that You Look Suspicious shirt. Everybody's got one of those. Thumbs up in the chat if you've got one. There's a bunch of y'all that got that one. You Look Suspicious. Go check it out. Thanks for the love, y'all. By the way, YouTube, hit the thumbs up button. We got like 200 people watching, 63 likes. What? Hit the thumbs up button. Hit the subscribe button if you're new. TikTok, we got 600 of y'all. Let's go. Hit the follow button, y'all. My name's Patrick if you like true crime stuff. I'm live every single night. Every single night. So come on in, hit the follow button, tap the screen like crazy too, y'all. Let's get 25,000 likes. I love you guys. Let's keep it going. Sound good?
He has boundaries.
Ryan wouldn't even talk to me when I was in their lives. Like,
Okay, so he has boundaries.
he does. He doesn't. He has serious boundaries, and I don't think he likes Christie.
Right. Christy doesn't like him because she wouldn't respect his boundaries.
Well, and she can't control him. So I think a lot of people think that like she has this thing for Ken, but it's not like that. It's more like she can manipulate Ken.
Right.
And
Oh, Yeah, you can tell he's highly manipulatable.
Ken, his real name is Kennan. I believe that's how you pronounce it. But he was arrested back in 2014 for driving on a suspended driver's license.
To my PO that Ken is a felon. Wrong. He doesn't have a criminal record, never been in prison.
Nope.
He's not a felon.
No felon. I've been to jail one time for one night for driving on a suspended license back in 2014.
In this video, Ken talks about
What?
Katie Joy. He shares his thoughts on Katie Joy using text messages between her and the Blanchard family as content and so much more.
Oh my goodness. All right, so that's the first one, y'all. That was YouTuber headlines. Let's keep going.
Also, that I left Christie, been staying in a hotel for a week. So none of that stuff is true. I'm home. I've been home. I've never left Christie. I don't intend to leave her. I love her. I think she's great. She's been supportive of Gypsy from day one. And, you know, after Katrina, they were relocated, so we didn't know where they were. Christie spent months online reaching out to people, seeing if they knew anything about them, and she finally did find them. So in a lot of cases, Christie's done more than I have regarding Gypsies.
So this is Rod Blanchard, it says.
Support and her well-being. So yeah, she's made some mistakes. I have made plenty big mistakes.
Murphy, thank you. Good to see you.
We all have, I believe. You know, even Gypsy, you know, she's still making mistakes. Nobody expects any of us to be perfect, but you know, we're trying to build a family here now and hopefully progress.
Alexander, did I see you on Paranormal Con on camera? You sure did. They feature me on there all the time.
From here, I learned from my mistakes, so just wanted to get that out there. Gypsy's here now. Her kid's doing fine. I think she's still pregnant for sure. Also, about the rumors about her and Ken, you know, just want to throw a joke in there. I don't think Ken would touch Christie with a 10-foot pole. Hi, Gypsy. Good morning. Clean your room. Love you.
Damn.
Anyway.
And by the way, y'all, this is Without a Crystal Ball on YouTube. Link is down in the description. Link is down in the description. Make sure you go show her some love.
So, yeah. All good at the Blanchard. 1 point. Later.
Hi, friends. It's Katie from Without a Crystal Ball. Welcome back to my channel. It is Tuesday, August 6th, 2024. Did you see that video? That was a very uncomfortable Rod Blanchard being forced to make a TikTok video to defend his wife and to try to squash rumors that he moved out and left Christie, and to squash rumors that Gypsy and Christie didn't have a fight, which he didn't even say if it was false. And he also tried to squash rumors that Ken wouldn't touch Christie with a 10-foot pole. I don't know. It was just weird. Yesterday, I told you about a fight.
Oh my goodness. Jessica, thank you.
Fight that happened
Lindy, thank you.
Last week,
Stella,
and that
you.
Christie and Gypsy have been fighting like mad since she moved back in with her parents, and she's been pregnant. And I told you there are some people in the family that are suspicious if Gypsy is pregnant or not. I also told you that she was supposed to be meeting with her parole officer yesterday morning to decide what would happen with her parole and whether or not she would be violated. Now, there is a TikToker that does know Gypsy from Chillicothe. She was in the same prison as her when she was, like, it was in 2016 or 2017. So it's been a minute since she's been there, but she definitely understands how the violations work. According to this former inmate, she discussed that in order for someone to be violated, they have to go to their parole officer's office, and they would be met by the parole officer and possibly a police officer if they're going to violate them. And then they would be taken to a holding facility where they would go back to some facility. And she said she will not go back to Chillicothe. Here's how she explains it.
Two things will happen. The parole officer will call her into the office, sit her down, explain what's happening, and then the police will be there ready to detain her. or if she doesn't show up, if they cannot find her, then they issue a warrant for her arrest. Once she's back in jail, it's not up to a judge, it's not up to a prosecuting attorney, it's not up to anybody but the parole board if they want to send her back. The only way a judge gets involved is if she has a new charge that she needs to be sentenced on. The parole board can decide.
Oh, snap. Ashton, thank you for subscribing. Welcome back. Thank you.
For her to do house arrest, community service, they can decide anything. It doesn't.
Frankie, there was like 8 things that she had done that violated her parole. Like, there was all kinds of stuff. I think they're probably going to list some of them.
Automatically have to go back to prison. There's a lot of misinformation being said out there that's not correct. So I'm here to inform you guys that if she is to go back to prison, she will be in Vandalia. She is not going back to Chillicothe pregnant.
As I stated yesterday, Gypsy's had a number of different reprimands from her parole officer. And a parole officer has a lot of different tools that they can use in order to add different stipulations, add more rules if necessary to keep her in line. And they will exhaust that before just putting someone back in prison, because the goal of parole is to get through parole and without going back. And the prisons are so full that they don't like to violate people for really small things. So some parole officers will and some won't. And I think when it comes to Gypsy, they're being very careful because she's under such a big microscope that I believe that if she were to go back for something really small, there would be a lot of pushback from the public, from her attorney. So in order for them to be able to violate her, in my opinion, they would have to have a pretty strong case. And she would have to have like a demonstrated pattern. And so one thing that...
That's crazy as hell. Rules for thee, not for me type stuff. Man, you know there's some dude out there or some other lady out there that like did some small thing. Boom! Straight back to prison. And they're sitting there like, what the hell? Because I didn't have a Lifetime television show? The hell's going on?
This former inmate did say was that if she were to try to contact her co-defendant, Nick, that could be something that they could automatically violate her for and send her back. We'll get to that in a second. In Rod's video, he stated that he was responding to claims that he had moved out, that he left Christie, and that Gypsy and Christie were fighting. Now, in his video, he actually doesn't deny that Christie and Gypsy were fighting. Instead, he uses a tactic where he shifts the goalposts and says, Christie has always loved Gypsy and has always spent all of her time and energy trying to have a good relationship with her. And she even...
Oh, damn. B, thank you for all those things. Thanks for the donuts too, y'all. TikTok, hit the follow button if you're new here. Tap the screen like crazy. 25,000 likes. We just hit it. Let's get 50,000. Come over to YouTube if you want to watch the videos with us. The Mystery Project on YouTube. YouTube, hit the thumbs up button. We're 10 likes away from 100 likes. And thanks for all the follows on TikTok, y'all. Ruby, Ricky, Haley, Blaine, Giovanni, I think, Haley, Frankie, Jenny, Johnny, Liz, Butterfly, Daisy, Terrence, Brooke, Angela, Ashley, Nikki, Superpower. Damn, y'all coming in strong over there. Thank you so much. Let's keep going.
Did stuff in Hurricane Katrina and was looking for Gypsy and Dee Dee, and she's done better than even I have. So he never answered the question about the fight. Really, he was just trying to help Christie repair her image, and I'm sure he's doing this as a gaslighting tactic to try to make it so that we're confused that this fight happened. And the fight absolutely happened, according to my sources. He also indirectly confirmed what I told you yesterday, in that Christie is more invested in the situation than he is. Christie is more invested in wanting to have a relationship with Gypsy than he is. And it's Christie that is pushing all of this on him. Now, he says he just wants to be a family, and they've all made mistakes, and even Gypsy's made some mistakes. But again, not denying that the fight happened. There was something that happened. There was a fight that happened on Friday. Rod did leave the house and he was hanging out with family. I don't think he ever stayed in a hotel, and maybe he came back once everything cooled off. Regardless, things have gotten to a point where it's out of control and Gypsy's out of control. And obviously that he's saying we just want to be a family and we
Everything's out of control.
just want to make sure that we can do this and we're all going to make mistakes. I feel like this was the rhetoric that I always heard from them whenever something would happen,
Amanda, good to see
because
you.
they always fall back on the fact like mistakes are going to happen, mistakes are going to happen, mistakes are going to happen. And there's a difference between mistakes are going to happen and actually being accountable to the mistakes that happen and changing what you're doing. And that's the problem with Gypsy, is that she doesn't change what she does. So what I noticed in the 7 months of her release that I maintained contact with them was that Gypsy was consistently making mistakes, not learning from mistakes, causing chaos within the family. And
Oh, Lord. Mitzi RN, thank you so much. Does this lady know them personally? It sounds like she knows them personally. I don't know any of these people, y'all. We started watching these videos yesterday, so I have no... I didn't even know who Ken was until about 45 minutes ago.
How dare you?
I'm just kidding. It's about 2 hours. But let's keep going. Let's keep it going.
then the family was enabling her by basically trying to say, well, she doesn't know any better. She doesn't know this. She doesn't understand that. She had 8.5 years in prison, incarcerated, to do better, to learn, and to grow. Regardless if she doesn't have experience out here in the real world, she had 8.5 years in prison to try to change her ways. Okay. And she didn't. And she grew up with a
Damn.
mother that taught her criminal behavior, and she doesn't want to change that behavior at all. So the way that the former inmate explained it was that Gypsy would have to go meet with a parole officer, and there would be a police officer there if they were going to make the decision to violate her. What I can tell you, at least from what I spoke to my sources about today, was that Gypsy was supposed to go to the parole office yesterday at 9 a.m. And rather than going to the parole office, she, according to my sources, allegedly claimed that she was having pain, cramping, and bleeding, vaginal bleeding.
Oh my goodness.
And fears that she was miscarrying. And that she called the PO and told them that she had to go to the hospital because she needed to get checked out to see if she was having a miscarriage. It's interesting that she would use a medical emergency to try to get out of something, given that her history is to use medical emergencies to get attention and to get what she wants. Now, she's not going to get money by claiming this medical emergency, but she would be able to delay the inevitable of meeting with her parole officer. So as you noted, Rod says Gypsy's still pregnant. At least I think she's still pregnant. I don't know if she had a miscarriage. I don't know if she was even pregnant. I don't know if any of it. But what my sources say is she didn't meet with her PO yesterday. She instead went to the hospital and claimed she was having
Holy macaroni.
a miscarriage, and she was going to blame all of the stress from everyone online and all the behavior from her family and all the fighting for the reason. And she was going to blame her family for everything, because Gypsy will never acknowledge that it's her own behavior that people are responding to that are causing the chaos. She will never acknowledge that she is the origin of the chaos and creating the chaos. So I think the reason why Gypsy's afraid of meeting with her parole officer is because she has, I believe, been trying to contact Nick Godejohn. And the reason why I believe this is because
Oh, damn. She's trying to reach out to him?
recently her friend Bree,
Megan, yeah, it's a bunch of different YouTube videos.
who is supposedly her best friend, was live on TikTok. And on her live, Bree brought on Nick Godejohn's uncle David, who is also autistic and just like Nick, to speak to him about Nick's case. Bree made a point on
Whoa.
in the live, or she told Gypsy not to come on to this live and not to participate in the chat. That doesn't matter. No one in Gypsy's life should be having any contact with anybody on Nicholas Godejohn's side, because it can be viewed by the probation and parole as a violation of her trying to have third party contact to pass information. Bree almost positively is going to share any and all information she has about Nicholas with Gypsy, and Bree is likely going to share any and all information with David, and David is likely to share that with Nick. Gypsy, in my opinion, is very worried that Nick is going to tell the truth, because he now has an account that is called NPG Cornerstone, and this is an account where they're debunking a lot of the myths about his case, and he plans to share the truth, or share his side or share his information, and Gypsy doesn't want that out there. And why does she not want that out there? So I talked to an inmate that was in the prison with Gypsy, and you can take this for what it's worth, but she told me that in prison, Gypsy told other inmates that she helped Nick kill Dee Dee, that she was more involved than she let on, that
You what? What? Isn't there like microphones everywhere? We see like every single case that we talk about. They're like, oh, the jailhouse informant, he had a microphone.
she actually,
Man, that'd be crazy as hell, wouldn't it?
allegedly stabbed her mother, and she was part of it, and that she has been lying the entire time that she hid in the bathroom and hid, closing her hands over her ears. I think she knows that he.
What?
How dare you?
TikTok, hit the follow button if you're new here. My name's Patrick. I'd love to have you part of the family. Get to know the people down here in the chat too. Thanks for the little donuts too, y'all. Very sweet. YouTube, hit the thumbs up button. Subscribe if you're new. Let's keep going. TikTok, come over to YouTube if you want to watch the video too. We're live on YouTube as well. It's The Mystery Project. The Mystery Project on YouTube. Come on over.
Knows that too, because obviously she
Claudia,
was in the
thank
room
you.
with him. And if anyone
Thank
looks at
you.
those crime scene photos, it's obvious that this was a crime of rage. And Nick would not have had that kind of rage for a woman he had never met. So I believe that Gypsy doesn't want him to leak that, even though Gypsy has told so many people. I'm telling
Stacia, Crooked Asia, thank you.
Gypsy has told inmates, friends, and family that she helped. So there's people allegedly in her family that know that Gypsy was culpable in this and is completely lying to the public, and it's all to protect her image and to make her look like the victim. Meanwhile, her co-defendant is rotting in prison on a first-degree charge, and he can never be paroled, and Gypsy is doing nothing to help him get out or even try to help him get a new trial. Gypsy could absolutely help by providing new evidence to the prosecutors in his case to help him get a reduced sentence. She could absolutely help.
And she couldn't be recharged because she was already found guilty, right? I'm pretty sure she can't be recharged unless it's like a new crime.
But Gypsy won't help, because even though there's this law about double jeopardy, Gypsy is in a very precarious situation. Gypsy's crime involved the
screenshots that she uses are just like, she's doing that on purpose. Why is she gonna find that picture and be like, let me put this up there?
Use of the internet to plan and scheme and conspire over this crime. Gypsy's offender or co-defendant crossed state lines, and then once this unaliving took place, she crossed state lines with him. This case could easily become a federal trial because they used the internet. So the same way if you get money laundering with the federal government, they do money laundering as a federal crime when you use the internet. If you're planning an unaliving using the internet, it can become a federal crime because she was communicating with someone out of state, and 2 different states were involved in this case. She's well aware.
Oh, snap. Oh, damn. That's when you start hearing that.
Aware that in Missouri, she can't be tried, but anyone in her family, any one of her friends, Nick, could flip and work with the FBI and tell them the truth. And if the FBI feels like because she lied and because she only got a 10-year sentence and there's a feeling like she's a danger, she could easily be tried on the federal level for the crime. There's a loophole that allows. So under the current laws in the United States, a defendant can be found guilty in state court, and then federal prosecutors whose criminal statutes carry heavier sentences than the state can pursue a second case and actually substitute their sentence judgment for that of the state. So if she is wanting to keep the truth from coming out and doesn't want to get a federal charge of unaliving, she's going to want to press hard to make sure that he never opens his mouth. Because yes, she served her 10-year sentence with the state, but the feds can come in at any time because there's no statute of limitations for unaliving.
For taking someone's life, yep.
Whether it's federal or state. And the unaliving statute in the United States is that it can involve crossing state lines, using state to state like correspondence, using the internet to plan it, conspire, order things, purchase things, do research. So she has.
Oh man, making Facebook accounts to talk about it.
All of these trails of evidence of all the communications she has with Nick, which is outlining exactly what they're going to do. And then he comes from another state, which she pays for him to come, which is again federal. So she knows.
And in a couple of different ways. TikTok, hit the follow button if you're new here. Shout out, there's a whole bunch of new people coming in here. Jennifer, Anastasia, Set It Down, Chrissy, Demi, Missy, Glinda, Jessica, Courtney, Elizabeth, mom of 2 kids, Make It, Shelby, Nikki, Dave and Tammy, Marissa, mom of 7, Texas. Shout out Christie, Just KBX, Ling, Ducky, Patricia, LC, Irma, Ghost Girl, Bama, Babe. Damn, y'all are crazy as hell. Thanks for all the follows. Thanks for the love, you guys. Let's keep going.
Knows that even though she's out of, the state can't retry her, the feds can. And if you're wondering if this happens, it does. R. Kelly, who had trafficking cases.
Oh, it's the remix to Ignition, Mountain Fresh out the kitchen.
In multiple states, as well as federal trafficking cases, has charges and convictions both state and federally. So if there's new evidence that comes out and they find out, hey, she lied and she was more culpable in this and she is a danger to society, and Nick cooperates and she ends up spilling, she can go to prison. So Gypsy has been very desperate since her release to make sure that she keeps Nick in her clutches so that he doesn't turn on her. Because Nick knows what happened and he knows that he is still going along with her story about what happened that night that isn't the truth. With that said, I've spoken to numerous people who are friends, who are inmates, who were former friends and family that all believe that Gypsy is still dangerous, that her sentence wasn't enough, that because of her manipulation and her lies, she hasn't changed and she hasn't reformed in any capacity. And now that people are being given new information about what she allegedly wasn't involved in, there's suspicions that she's nervous that not only she can go back for a violation with Nick, but that potentially new charges could be added for other crimes. Gypsy, and this is all like hypothetical, but I just want to help you understand why she's so desperate to keep him quiet. And so Bree's trying to pretend like it wasn't third party to third party, but it's very clear prosecutors and the parole board and the state understand how vulnerable Nick is to Gypsy, and they want to make sure that he doesn't have any contact with her whatsoever to protect him. Nick can reform away from her and he can actually do a lot better away from her, but under her spell, he easily falls underneath her influence. And
Her
look
spell.
at what he did when he fell under her influence the first time.
Right? Mama rolling that body, got every man in here wishing, now sipping on coke and rum. Rum like so what, I'm drunk.
So right now, all of the stuff that you're
I'll stop.
seeing online, the response from Rod, the posts by Christie, and Gypsy posting about her pregnancy, and then she literally deleted her post about the mango. The mango post is gone.
The mango? What the What is up about the mango?
That's suspicious. That's weird.
Somebody tell me the mango story.
It doesn't exist anymore. She removed it from her
They got food everywhere as if the party was catered. Because of mangoes?
profile feed. She posted something in her stories about being 15 weeks and 6 days, but all of this is a distraction to the reality of what's actually happening behind the scenes. And that is that Gypsy is continuing.
The size of her baby was a mango? Oh, I see what you're saying.
To violate. Gypsy is continuing to break rules. Gypsy is trying to find very unique ways to speak to her co-defendant. Gypsy has her best friend trying to communicate with his uncle. None of that looks good for her.
Nope.
And when she's finally told that she needs to come in to speak to her parole officer, and as you heard the other inmates say, when they're going into the office to have a meeting, she could be violated right there, and the police could detain her immediately. And she doesn't want that. There's a lot of options that the parole board can put in place, from house arrest to 60 days to 90 days to 100 days to having to complete the whole sentence to adding completely new charges for other crimes that they might have found out that she committed. The
Oh my word.
only way it would go to actually a judge is if she commits a new crime and is charged with a new crime. And that, at this point, I know nothing about. But it's evident she doesn't want Nick to talk. And so what does she do? She fakes a medical emergency and says she has a miscarriage.
That's crazy. So, Gigi, I didn't get him cut. It just growing it out.
And then her dad
But thanks.
makes a video and says, well, she's still pregnant. At least I think she's still pregnant. And then he has to show everyone that Gypsy is at the house, not arrested. But what is Gypsy doing? Laying in bed in the middle of the afternoon. None of this is what she should be doing. Gypsy's supposed to have a job. She's supposed to be working. She's
Right? Bounce, 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 bounce.
not supposed to be just laying around and doing nothing and making nothing of her life. Gypsy, this is her
Damn.
pattern, though. She has no motivation to do anything. She spent her life being spoiled by her mother, who gave her gifts and free stuff and got her tons of trips for being sick. And Gypsy has no work ethic. She just wants people to hand her stuff. And as inmates have said, she slept her way through prison, and now she's going to sleep her way through parole, I guess. And she's going to try to fake a miscarriage in order to not meet with her parole officer to find out if she actually has to go back to prison or if they're going to let her off the hook again. But either way,
Whoa.
Gypsy has been so sloppy in all of this. You know, she says, I don't want to be anything like my mother. And the irony here is that Dee Dee was actually a better con, a way better con than Gypsy was, because she was way more under the radar than Gypsy. And another thing is that Dee Dee never hurt anyone to the extent that they ended their lives or that their life was ended. So Gypsy,
No, taking money from people and taking houses and things from people that actually could use it as certain people.
is not as good of a con as her mom, but she's actually more dangerous than her mom because of what she did to her mom. And I recognize that people around the
Courtney, thank you. Appreciate
family are probably scared, and I recognize that friends are probably scared, and I recognize that people are watching this all play out and they're like horrified. But Gypsy needs to be held accountable, and she needs to stop having people enable her. And if Rod wants his martyr wife to look like the one that cares more, his martyr wife is enabling Gypsy right into another prison sentence. The family is enabling her right into another prison sentence. Gypsy probably should have been released to a halfway house where she could have had programs, outpatient therapy, inpatient therapy, had structure, jobs, all of that. She would be doing so much better than currently with a household that wants to help her cover for her bad behavior. And I don't think everyone in the family feels that way. And I certainly don't think that this cover up can last forever. But Nick deserves a new trial, and Gypsy needs to stay away from him.
Thanks for the follows.
And if it's true that she's trying to contact him, her PO should violate her. And she
Every single picture of Nick, he looks completely different. Like, not even just like, oh, he grew his hair out, or oh, this. He looks like a completely different person.
should go back to prison.
Jess, thank you, Amanda. Thank you. Thanks for the donuts, y'all.
But that's just my opinion. So what are your thoughts? Let me know what your thoughts are in the comments below. Make sure to
It's crazy as hell.
give this video a thumbs up. Make sure to subscribe to my channel if you haven't subscribed, and click the bell so you never miss a video.
Ding, ding, ding. Let's keep it going, y'all. By the way, TikTok, thanks for all the love. Keep hitting the follow button. Tap the screen like crazy. Amanda, thanks for the donuts. Y'all are amazing. Thank you for the love. YouTube, hit the thumbs up button. Hit the subscribe button. Do all the things. TikTok, if you want to watch the video, like actually see the video, we're live on YouTube. Just search The Mystery Project. Go subscribe. That's where you can find the actual video. Let's keep it going, y'all. Let's keep it going.
I have several things that I want to say about Nick Godejohn.
Oh, man. Here we go. This is Candace Starr, y'all. Link is down in the description. Make sure you give her a subscribe.
Gypsy Rose Blanchard and Dee Dee Blanchard's crime scene photos. Since the leak of that link that showed those photographs, there has been such a huge influx of stupidity, ignorance, and just absolute ridiculousness that creators are putting out there. It is reckless and it is ridiculous. Y'all, please stop with the misinformation. I've been covering this case since 2019. I've been over those photos more times than I can count.
Oh, damn.
She trying to say that since the photos were leaked, everybody, probably me because I was tagged in it, is saying things ridiculous, and her body was not moved, okay? And the crime scene happened on the bed, okay? And we're ridiculous, or I'm ridiculous, right? Because she's been going over these photos since 2019, and she knows what she's talking about. And if we don't know the truth, then we shouldn't talk about the truth. Were you there?
She hit that lady with the, what, were you there? Well, were you there?
Were you there? Because I can have my own opinion. I do live in America, lady. Do you understand that?
Oh, damn.
You know, the brutal murder happened right here.
She hit him with the zoom. YouTube, did you see that? Thumbs up in the chat. She hit him with the zoom.
Uh-huh. Sure, Bob. Have a good night.
Oh, my God. Well, that was a quick one. All right, let's keep it going. What's next? Oh, Local Monster. Local Monster. She needs to come on a live stream, too. Check this out, y'all.
Gypsy Rose has now violated her parole multiple times. She's received at least one citation and is probably going back to prison.
It's probably going back to prison. Local Monster, y'all, down in the description. Give her a subscribe and tell her to come on a live stream.
One thing that's confirmed that she
Tell everybody to come on a live stream. Let's go.
received a citation for was contacting not one, but 3 different people who she was not supposed to be in contact with by emails, phone calls, and text messages. But it's also recently come out that Gypsy has done many other things she was not supposed to be doing. For one, you're not supposed to consume substances or drink alcohol, and she has been busted for going out to karaoke bars before she got pregnant and getting drunk. And
Oh, hell no. She out there singing, hey, Carolina, Towns, California.
the reason we know that she was going out and getting drunk is because she was in contact with those
She hitting us with that Jody Messina.
friends who she wasn't supposed to be talking to. She's had a falling out with them, and now they're talking about it. Here's the clip.
Gypsy wouldn't call me. Usually I would call her, and there were times she'd be like at the bar, and I could like hear all the noise in the background, and she'd be like, I can't talk right now. Yes, this was after her prison.
Was she with Ryan or was she with Ken or?
She was with Ryan. She was married to Ryan at the time, but she didn't like to go to the bar with him. She preferred to go with either her cousins. The only like thing that she's ever like deep delved on with me about the bar would be her first time at the bar she went with her cousins, and she's still married to Ryan at the time. They're together, and she calls me to tell me, oh, well, I was drunk at the bar, and this guy told me I was a 10 out of 10, and, well, I told him you have to see my first. And so I took him behind the bar, and I showed him my and he said, I'm a 10 out of 10. And then I asked him if he knew who I was, and he said no, so I pulled myself up on Google, and he ran away. He said, I gotta go.
She
You what? That dude said, you a 10 out of 10, baby. She goes, oh, really? But you haven't seen my sweater puppies. And then she said, whoa. And then he said, oh, damn, you still a 10 out of 10. And she said, look at me on Google. And he said, I'm good. I'm out of here.
also let her friend know that her and Ken had a little role play situation play out in public on a train track. She wore dog ears and they had a experience together, public indecency. I'm gonna play that clip next.
So Ken,
oh
put a leash on her,
hell,
like a echo,
Yeah, like a dog leash and some doggy ears, and they went and parked the Jeep by some train tracks and had sex with some train tracks. So public sex.
public, what? Hex?
On a leash.
Entertainment, educational purposes only. TikTok.
Parole.
Yeah, but she doesn't.
As usual, Gypsy is such a narcissist that she believes she is above the law and that the rules don't apply to her. She thinks she's smarter than everybody
On a leash?
and can get away with everything. So just like she thought she could frame Nick and walk free, she thought she could get away with violating her parole. It's clear that Gypsy believes she is so grandiose and so superior that she can get away with anything. She's even stated publicly that she is used to getting everything she wants and she doesn't like to pay for anything. And Gypsy's little sidekick, her stepmother,
Oh my God, sign a couple autographs so I can eat my meals for free. I'll have the quesadilla.
Christie, lied, of course, when she was asked why Gypsy received the citation from her friend Katie Joy. She told Katie that it was because Gypsy made a comment on a video on TikTok. But the truth is that Gypsy was doing things she wasn't supposed to be doing. This girl is a hot mess. She's starting chaos and
This girl is a hot mess.
Drama everywhere that she goes. She's had a falling out with almost every single friend she's ever had, and that should really tell you something about her character. And if she continues this behavior, she's 100% going to end up back in prison. Word on the street is that her parole officer has had enough and she is going back, but that's not confirmed. I'm not sure if that's true or false, but she will end up back in prison if she continues this.
Oh, snap. Y'all tell me what you think. YouTube, hit the thumbs up button. Let's get 200 likes. We're at 133. Everybody watching, hit the subscribe button. Hit the thumbs up button. TikTok, hit the follow button if you're new here. My name's Patrick. If you like true crime, I'm live every single night. Every single night. Come on in. Hit the follow button. What happened then? Somebody said something and it went by too damn fast. Katie, thanks for the donuts. And y'all hit the donut action real quick. TikTok, let's crush that real quick. Come on, everybody hit me with one. Goal crushed. We're going to keep on going, too.
No.
You guys.
Oh, God.
If Gypsy Rose would have told Ken, no, from the beginning, she wouldn't even be in this little predicament.
Oh, snap. Y'all, this is Angel Baby ZZ on YouTube. Ken Urkers live exposed Gypsy Rose and all her lies. Give her a follow down in the description. Let's keep going.
This little debacle where she's still married, but allegedly pregnant by another man. Do you hear me when I say allegedly? Because let me tell you guys, I got some tea. Ken was on a live panel and he had to clear some things up. But in the process of clearing some things up, he just straight up made Gypsy look like what we all know she is. And in my opinion, that is a liar. Now, first things first, Ken wanted to let everybody know that he does have a job. He is not like Tommy L. Martin. He actually has a job. I guess he had to clear that up since Ryan did go on live and call Ken a bum and told him that he needed to find a job and asked him was he going to live off Gypsy forever. Gypsy even chimed in when she did her live, and she says that her man does have a job and Ryan does not know what he's talking about. Now when Ken was on a live panel, he was asked, does he work at Applebee's? Because a lot of people were saying he works at Applebee's.
Day night. What is it? Something Oreo shake. How did that song go? Damn, that's the one I forgot. Crap.
He says he does not work at Applebee's. Even though there's nothing wrong with working at Applebee's.
Applebee's on a date night. Let
me tell you, they have some of the best ribs at Applebee's. I mean, I would work there.
What the hell are you talking about? Angel, baby, where are you from? We need to get you some good ribs.
Alone just to get a discount. Then, of course, we had to clear up the Steve Wood situation. Ken came out and said he's already cleared it up, which he did. He said it wasn't true. He says that people just love drama. However, there's been more men than Steve Wood. And there...
Y'all, I legitimately have no idea who half these people are. I found out who Ken was about an hour and 20 minutes ago.
There's been some receipts.
I think the other dude here is Brian. I think. Let's keep going.
You know? But he's denying it. He says that the grinder is fake. And he's also saying...
Oh, what is fake? The who? What did you say? What did you say? Y'all, I know I was being facetious when I said Brian, but y'all did type Ryan in the chat hella fast though.
That he can prove it. He's saying that you can check his iCloud. Well, we know that you can use different devices, different emails. So that right there isn't really proving anything. However,
wait, are they trying to say that the new dude or this guy was on that other kind of site?
That is showing me is that maybe he may be guilty. Who says I'll prove?
Man, are y'all crazy as hell? This is crazy as hell. Dude was trying to get his rose gypsied also? Man, what? What's going on in this world?
Prove it. I can prove it to you. If it's not true, why would you waste your time going through all that to try to prove something that wasn't true? It doesn't make any sense. Now, we all know that allegedly Gypsy used Ryan's information / phone to contact her criminal friends. Oh, and speaking of that, you guys.
Lisa, thank you, Stella. Thank you.
Look at this. Leaked text message. When will this girl learn? Let Millie know I can't take any prison calls anymore. I got a citation by my PO for it. It's a warning. Next time they'll send me back. So yeah, the way that Gypsy was allegedly...
Damn, who the hell has 935 unread text messages?
You what?
Oh my God. I mean, I can understand, you know, unread emails, right? But 935 unread text messages? Man, you crazy as hell.
Contacting them was through Ryan's information. Because obviously it's not on her phone. So Ken Urker saying, you could check this, you could check that, that's not proving anything. It just shows a mission of guilt, in my opinion. Now here we go. We're getting to clear some things up. And this may hurt some Gypsy supporters' feelings. Because you guys, you know, you wanted to believe what Gypsy said. And you guys really defended her. Well, anyways, Ken came out and says that their first physical interaction was a week after she left her husband, Ryan. Ken says it was not on camera. He went down to see Gypsy.
The hell? Oh, like, okay, the meeting wasn't on camera, not the, like, you know, not the, like, the, that. Okay, I see what they're saying now.
Stayed for 3 to 4 days. He says...
A bunch of people saying I'm lost, so am I. I have no idea what's happening. But I'm here for the ride, y'all. Let's keep going. Maybe it'll all get tied together in the end.
That's when they were first intimate. He says that's when they got their tattoos. And he said it was the first time they had saw each other in 5 years. And he even admitted that that was bizarre. Like, the first thing you guys do is get matching tattoos and you're together. And Ken said that was on April 1st.
Katie, thank you.
So when Gypsy was telling Ryan that her and Ken were just friends, they weren't doing anything, obviously we already knew that that was a lie. So that's why when they were first filmed, they went right in for the kiss and she was sitting on his lap.
Oh, damn.
Because they had already
jump on it, ride it.
Were comfortable with each other. They had already been intimate. But Gypsy was trying to portray it like they hadn't been intimate. So Ken admitted that that wasn't true. Now, so Ryan, when Ryan's acting a fool, I'm sitting here thinking that he's just doing this, being overbearing. But he actually knows that this stuff is going on. Because Ken said that he was talking to Gypsy in February, y'all. So when Ryan was making...
Oh, damn. Trying to get that Valentine date. Heather, thank you. It's true. I'm a bit unhinged.
These accusations
tonight. Allegedly.
They were talking to each other. He wasn't tripping. They were actually talking to each other. And now that all this is coming out, come on now, a week apart, either one of them could be the father. You guys heard Ryan when he said that Gypsy showed him a positive pregnancy test and told him she was pregnant and said she did not know if he was the father or if Ken was the father.
Oh, hell.
So, really, in my opinion, Gypsy has no idea who the father is. So if that's not proof that this
end up on Murray. What was that guy's name?
Girl committed adultery, I don't know what is.
Some adulterous
But either way, she
behavior.
committed adultery because she's pregnant. But Ryan is not going to pursue any kind of legal accountability because he's still delusional, thinking that Gypsy's going to come back to him, y'all. That's what I believe.
What?
Because do you guys know that they had court the other day? Ryan did not even show up. So if you don't show up, then obviously you're not going to win the case. And allegedly, Christie testified. I wonder if Christie got on the stand and told the truth. Told the truth. Well, I'm pretty sure she did. Told him that she's the one that came in between their marriage. It's all her fault. Gypsy has no accountability. You know, that sort of thing. And another reason too, y'all, why I feel like he ain't doing too much on Gypsy is because I feel like Ryan believes that that baby is his. Like, he's just sitting back because you never know. There may be something bigger that he's cooking up behind the scenes. Let's say if the baby does turn out to be his, what if he just flips the script and becomes somebody completely different and goes after her for custody of the baby? Now, that is if that baby is in fact Ryan's when they do that DNA test. Even before then, though, because Ryan's going to be presumed to be the father. He might even try to get custody of the baby right when the baby is born, y'all. Because it's going to be a while before they can get that birth certificate changed. A while. And what if Ryan is ducking and dodging, you know?
Dip, dive, dodge, duck, and dive. You can dodge a wrench, you can dodge them all. Patrick, thanks for the video links. More people need to do it. You're the top dog, meaning I give you a 10. Thank you. Yeah, of course. Of course. And that's why I always say make sure you follow all of the people that we watch, that we react to, everything. Absolutely. Go show them all some love.
Steve, like I said, is being alleged. She's trying to get Gypsy to sign over rights to her so that way the baby can be safe. Well, I don't know how the baby's going to be safe under Christie's wing. Christie would just abuse that authority and she would turn around and take that baby from Gypsy, in my opinion. And y'all, when I say ducking and dodging, what I mean is, what if he's like avoiding the DNA test? That would be crazy. That would be so crazy. Now, y'all, I feel like Ken, he threw some major shade with this next question because he was asked, how does he feel about being labeled a homewrecker?
Ken flat out said, I am not a homewrecker because there was never a home to wreck. I'm like, the nerve of Ken. He says that Gypsy had already left her husband. Yeah, and you were with her a week later. She's committing adultery. She is cheating. That is the definition of a homewrecker. Ken even admitted that he was talking to Gypsy back in February, but he insists that it was not sexual, which I don't believe. Even that, it doesn't matter. Did Ryan know about it? Did he indefinitely know about it? Did y'all tell him? No. Okay. That is being a homewrecker. That is being dishonest. That is being disloyal. Ken just doesn't want to come flat out and say, look, yeah, I messed up. I messed up her marriage. Yeah, I did. I broke it up. But no, he doesn't want to do that. He doesn't want to do that. In my opinion, y'all, Ken is just like Gypsy. Devilish and evil. Birds of a feather flock together.
Oh, this is a nap. This one was Angel Baby ZZ on YouTube. Desiree. TikTok, hit the follow button if you're new here. My name's Patrick. If you like true crime stuff, we're live every night. Keep tapping the screen too, y'all. We're almost 75,000 likes. Can we get to 100,000? I think we can. YouTube, hit the thumbs up button. Let's get 200 likes. We got 51 left. And let's keep going, y'all.
Hey, you guys, it's Britt. Tonight we're here with...
Oh my gosh, Britt. Your video came in loud. Y'all, Britt, Radiant Britt. Go subscribe to her. Link is down in the description. Here we go.
all of the Gypsy Rose Blanchard updates. I've got updates on Gypsy. I've got some updates on Ryan. We're going to talk about Ken, Christie. The entire circus is here in town. So we have a lot to talk about. If you're interested, please keep watching. Hey, you guys, so the heat index is about 110 degrees outside. I am so hot, but I wanted to sit down and talk to y'all about this because I saw an update from Conspiracy, and of course I will include the video for context, but she had an update and it was regarding Ryan Anderson not showing up for divorce court, a divorce hearing with his soon-to-be ex-wife Gypsy Rose Blanchard.
Ina, the beauty influencer, posted a video yesterday about how Gypsy and Ryan had divorce court and Ryan did not show up or have representation, i.e. a lawyer, at this hearing. Nina also shared this screenshot from what I believe is court records of this hearing, talking about how Ryan was not there, and it also says that evidence began with the testimony of Gypsy, her stepmother Christie, everything else. Nina posted an update video today saying that a source who is very close to Gypsy and her family says that Gypsy's lawyer allegedly sent a letter to Ryan's lawyer saying that Ryan did not need to be present or have representation present at that hearing. Nina does have a source close to the family, so I'm likely to believe that this is true. How crazy and how dirty would that be to tell Ryan that he doesn't need to be at that hearing? We do know from one of
Glad you found us. Thanks for the like. Join the family, y'all.
Ryan's previous live streams that he did go back to work, so he is still teaching now, and school started back up, so he was working that day. Maybe he will get on live and tell us what happened. Who knows? Let me know what you guys think. So Gypsy Rose Blanchard and Ryan Anderson's divorce.
I'm not really sure how to feel about this. I feel like it's a lot of hearsay. It's a lot of somebody said something to someone else that told someone else that told someone else. It's kind of like a game of telephone. I have a hard time believing that any attorney in their right mind would tell Ryan Anderson, you don't need to come to this hearing. You're good. No need to show your face. No need to be there in person.
Yeah, that's crazy as hell.
It is okay if you don't show. I have a lot of concerns and questions.
Very, very strange. Hooters, thanks for the follow. Y'all hit that follow button on TikTok. Thanks for the love, y'all.
So when it comes to that, I'm not saying that couldn't happen, because anything can happen. But I'm not really sure if that makes sense, logically speaking. I'll include the clip for context from Conspiracy. But if this is actually what happened, things are not really off on a good foot for Ryan and this upcoming divorce. But I still have a lot of questions. I'll drop the clip. Tell me how you feel about this down below. All right, so next we need to talk about this photo that Gypsy Rose posted on her social, wearing a wifey shirt, holding a mango in the grocery store. It is cringe level a million.
Oh my god, she's at cringe level a million.
Number one, you're not a wifey. You were a wifey and you threw your marriage in the trash bin.
Oh, shit. Damn. Yo, this is Radiant Brit on YouTube.
And you were unfaithful to somebody that actually, for whatever reason, took a chance on you. So you're not a wifey. You are a... I'm not going to say it. I'm going to hold my tongue. I'm going to be nice in this video. But
oh my goodness.
Y'all, I'm sure you know what I'm thinking. Number one.
Holy hell. Shannon, how are your teeth so white? You got to brush them. That's what you got to do. You got to brush them. You got to hit them with that Rembrandt Brilliant White or whatever it is. You got to use that floss. You got to use that mouthwash. Bam. And don't ever smoke cigarettes. I've never even held a lit cigarette in my entire life, ever. Hell no.
Gypsy is actually pregnant, which there's a lot of questions. I'll get into a little bit more as to why I'm kind of like 75-25 with the whole pregnancy thing. I'll get into that later in the video. But why are we...
The coffee did me dirty. The boy said, those are veneers. They're not. Nope. All mine.
Why are we doing this? And
my mama grew them.
Number one, why are you wearing the wifey shirt? And number two, why does your head look like it was photoshopped onto somebody else's body? It looks weird. It's giving people material.
You got a little bit of that giraffe neck going on. She was like this. Oh God, that hurt.
To call into
shit, I'm getting old.
Question, and the fact that Gypsy is a pathological liar. No wonder people have a lot of issues with this photo specifically. Now, Gypsy's weird friend Bree did a TikTok and was
Gypsy's weird friend Bree
basically ranting and raving about how nobody can allow Gypsy to enjoy her pregnancy and everybody is just so upset with her and boo boo boo. Like, I have zero sympathy for Gypsy Rose. I have no sympathy left in my body left for this little grifting con artist, lying, wannabe social media influencer, cheating mother.
Oh my God. Brit. Oh my word.
How much more can I fit into that description? I would like to make
try. Let's see how much more you could do. Should we hear it again? Let's hear it again.
Left for this little grifting con artist, lying, wannabe social media influencer, cheating mother. How much more can
you called her a wannabe social media influencer? Didn't even hit her with the just social media influencer, just straight up wannabe social media influencer. Insane.
I fit into that
insane
description. I would like to make it clear, I don't wish ill will on her, but as far as being in her corner or showing sympathy because people are having their opinions about her purposefully getting pregnant to, in my opinion, trap Ken, people are allowed to have their opinions. I don't feel bad for the negativity that Gypsy has produced all of this on her own. You reap what you sow, right?
I'll never understand how a mother can try to bring down another mother. It's actually gross. Let me show you something. You see that right there? You see at the top it says from Gypsy? Yeah, this is Gypsy's app. And in Gypsy's app, it says that at 15 weeks, her baby's the size of a fucking mango. So guess what Gypsy did? She went to the damn grocery store, grabbed the fucking mango, and
Oh no, trucking. Oh, YouTube and TikTok, it's trucking. Oh no.
took a picture with it. But here y'all come, having to try to pick apart her pregnancy just like y'all do her damn abuse. The girl can't even enjoy her damn pregnancy. Get a life. And now, let's look at the next one. This is May 27th. That's Gypsy. May 27th. Oops. May 27th at 1:48 p.m. And she's pregnant. So who's the fault? Who's the daddy? Ken's the daddy. So was that enough proof for y'all to shut the fuck?
Fudge.
I keep thinking of
This
like
poor
I'm
girl
baby.
didn't even enjoy her pregnancy, y'all. Like literally, like people gotta like this person's the daddy, this person's the daddy, is this enough to prove to y'all? My computer's disgusting, y'all. I know. I'm sorry. It just I don't know what happens. It just gets dirty. So
who is this person?
Oh my God, I could just see Nina right now. She's gonna be making a video.
I also saw a clip of Christie on one of Gypsy's recent lives, and she said that she has a job as a car detailer.
You can answer. Okay. You what?
I do have a job. I detail cars. And it's a hard job.
Now listen, I'm never one to throw shade at what somebody does to collect their money, collect a paycheck, build their net worth, whatever they're doing. But this I found really interesting because from my seat and what I have seen unfold, I have seen Christie fully cashing in on Gypsy Rose being this D-list celebrity and also keeping very busy by interfering in her marriage and talking to Ken and fangirling over Ken. Maybe if her car detailing business was doing what she hoped it would have been doing, then maybe she would have been too preoccupied to wreck Gypsy and Ryan's marriage. But then again, I think she has a thing for Ken, so that's kind of wishful thinking. Now, Gypsy's new boy toy, Ken, as he has done before, he is going around to any creator, whether it's YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, that is talking about he and Gypsy. He's going around and making sure that he inserts himself into said content. He decided to jump into a live stream with a YouTube creator named Sir Morbid, and he wanted to clear up some conspiracies.
Dear Kitty, thank you.
He claimed that he has a job and he also never downloaded Grindr, and he can prove that from his iTunes download history.
iTunes? Britt, iTunes got discontinued about 13 years ago. Remember the iPod Shuffle? That was about the last one that came with iTunes. She meant iCloud, y'all. But Britt, I got you. Don't even worry. I got you. I know what you meant. I knew what you meant. I'll do a little addendum right there. I'll make sure the people know what you meant.
Are you employed right now, or what's? I am employed. It's funny misinformation. I mean, almost everything about me on the internet is lies and misinformation for the most part. But I am employed. However, obviously, because I work in the service industry as a bartender in the public domain, I don't want to release where I work. I don't want to.
He says I work in the public domain. I'm not a government bartender. I work in the public domain. I'm a bartender at one of those public places.
Well, that's okay. People were speculating that you work. I think that eventually, though, it will come out where I work. Somebody's going to recognize me at some point. Well, I'm sure they are. Probably. But
It's probably Applebee's.
right now, that has not been put out there.
That's what they said. Applebee's on a date night.
So, but yes, I do work. Is it the
By the way, TikTok, hit the follow button if you're new here. Tap the screen like crazy. Let's get 100,000 likes. And y'all hit me with those little tiny deals. Support the show. Help support the show. Help me go live every night. Hit the follow button, y'all. Welcome in. My name's Patrick. I go live every night, 9 p.m. Pacific time. Shout out to YouTube, too. We got about 300 people watching on YouTube, but we don't have 200 likes yet. Y'all, hit the thumbs up button. Hit the subscribe button. TikTok, if you want to watch the video with us, come over to YouTube. Search The Mystery Project. Stacia with the Crooked Asia. Thank you. Search The Mystery Project on YouTube and subscribe. Let's go.
Grindr account is lies.
100% fake. Yeah, I've never even downloaded Grindr, and I can prove that. Like, if you were to look at my
how do you prove
Apple purchase history, well, if you go into your and I only found this out by a comment that someone posted. We're like, Gypsy, go look at his Apple purchase history, and if you look at my iCloud account, which I've had since 2008, you could see that I've never even once downloaded the app since I've.
Yeah. Ken, when did you hook up with Gypsy? Because it looks like it was February that this happened.
So we had
be honest, man. Don't lie about it.
I'm being 100% honest. The very first time I ever had a physical reconnection with Gypsy was a week after she separated from her husband. It was April 1st.
You'd say a physical reconnection? Dude, what is that? Dude, the last time I had a physical reconnection, and you're going to try and tell me you don't have that app? Come on, dude. The last time I had a physical reconnection. That's the weirdest way I've ever heard of anybody say that.
Was the weekend that I came down for the very first time and saw her in person.
So not Jazz Fest. It was not.
Nikki, thank you.
Jazz Fest was a month later.
That was in
Oh, Jazz Fest is fun as hell, y'all. That's in New Orleans.
End of April, May.
When you went on Natasha
no. End of March,
before her
early
nose
April
surgery.
was the first. Yes, that was the time that I did the live with Natasha.
Vicky, you're so sweet. Thank you for all those dinosaurs.
So end of April.
Wait, dude.
So, end of March, early April. My bad. End of March.
April 4th.
Yeah, that is Ken talking.
Ken, so
Come on, Ken. Come on, Ken.
Wait, Ken.
Hey, Ken, I just want. No, dude, I'm not saying you're a liar. I'm just saying. I'm saying, hey, Ken.
Hey guys, let's
God, that's a horrible podcast. Y'all, one mic at a time.
calm down. One at a time.
Well, at least the host knows that. Respect the platform.
I'm sorry. I'm just trying to say, yes, did I have a conversation with her late February and then on a few times? I did, but it wasn't in the sense of a relationship wise. It was just a.
Did the other guy know? Did the husband know? Did the husband know that you were having conversations?
A talking, hey, how are you doing? How you been? Kind of thing.
Like a FaceTime.
And the first time we ever, there's all this rumor and speculation that I was
Or was she running away being like,
coming to visit her in January, February, which is just completely untrue. I mean, she was living with Ryan in Lake Charles,
But
3
dude,
hours
you were
away
talking to her
from-
in February or
late
March.
February. We had our initial conversation. Yes, it was just a hey, how you been? Kind of conversation.
It was a FaceTime, wasn't it? Because they showed.
It was a FaceTime.
Lolly, thank you.
Yeah, I don't know.
No. The FaceTime clip that was in the show. Okay, so let me also say this. That first weekend that I came to visit Gypsy, which is the weekend that we got the tattoos, the weekend that we went to New Orleans, none of that was filmed with Lifetime. That was just us hanging out as people, and
When
the
did you get
cameras
the
were out
tattoo?
there.
Wally, thank you. Stella, thank you.
Ken, what month? When did you guys decide to get the tattoo?
I'll tell you the exact day. It was April 1st was the day that we got the tattoo.
April Fool's Day? Oh, hell no.
The first day we had been hanging out.
Wait, that's the time you see. Dude, you just said that was the first time you talked to her.
No,
April 1st.
that's not what I said. I said late February was the first time we talked. But the first time we physically reconnected in person was that weekend of April 1st. That's what I said.
So
Yeah,
y'all.
he said first time he came out.
Okay.
Right. I drove from Dallas to Cut Off to see her. So the first time I came to visit her was the weekend of April 1st. I was there for about 3 or 4 days. I went back, and then the second time I came back to see her, that was when Lifetime filmed us together. That was the weekend of Jazz Fest, which is also May 1st.
But Ken, can you understand the first time y'all hook up and meet? Okay, you're getting tattoos.
Yeah, no, it's bizarre for sure. But
Number one, he really must think that people are as dumb as Gypsy Rose is.
Oh no. He said, did y'all hear that? He said, I know it's weird, for sure.
Most of us have a little bit more intelligence, a little bit more being able to read between the lines.
Some testicular fortitude.
And figure out that just because you're saying it doesn't mean that it's true. If he actually was still working as a bartender, do you not think that by this time, somebody would not have outed the bar that he's working at? We're not talking about them living in the middle of nowhere and nobody knows where it is and it's some kind of small town. We're literally talking about Louisiana. In my opinion, if he was actually working...
Whoa. Heather, he's clown cheese, right? Holy hell. Louisiana. Somebody
would have said what bar he works at. In my opinion, I think that he is riding high on Gypsy Rose being this infamous whatever she is online, and that's just what it is. But he also doesn't want to say that Ryan Anderson was right and that he doesn't have a job, because then we would be able to say, oh, okay, like, you should have a job. You're literally about to be a parent, allegedly. And he doesn't want to allow that to happen. So as far as my trust in Ken, it's the same with Gypsy. I don't trust either one of them. Both of them could say the sky is blue.
Britt said, I don't trust either one of them to make hamburger helper, much less anything else these people are saying.
And I'm going to look outside to see if the sky is blue. But hey, that's just me. And the same thing extends to him saying that he's never downloaded Grindr. I just don't believe you. And I've said before, and I would like to reiterate, I've never really been one that is super interested in, is he bi, is he not bi? I really don't care, but why not just own it? Like, this could have been buried and forgotten a long time ago, but the fact that you're lying about it allegedly and you're continuing to go with this instead of just owning it, like, just own it and people will forget about it. A lot of the internet has a very short-term memory, and I've talked about this for years on my channel. I try to be, you know, kind of an outsider and not have a short-term memory when it comes to people lying, grifting, stealing, being entitled, being toxic, problematic, exploiting their kids, exploiting their family. I try to not be that way, but a lot of the internet is. So just own it.
The white rabbit. What the? You what? Oh my God. Y'all are going off the chain in the TikTok chat right now. Dear Lord, hit that follow button. Tap the screen like crazy. YouTube, hit me with the thumbs up. Let's keep going.
To move on. And a lot of people would have forgotten about it by now. Now, it should come as no surprise to anybody watching this video that Kendall Rich is 100% on Gypsy Rose's side. She is one of those who is just so sympathetic, so just, oh my God, you would have done this.
All these names, y'all have no idea who any of these people are.
Same thing. Oh my God, she went through so much. She's one of these people, and she decided to make a video about it. I'll insert it for context, but it really doesn't deserve
what was it?
That much time or attention because it is predictable. She is somebody who literally, like, you can take the worst people to exist and Kendall Rich is going to say, oh, well, I'm actually on their side because I have no morals and I'm going to tell everybody that I have no morals over and over and over again.
I want to have a discussion about Gypsy Rose, and I finally learned all about her. I know I'm so late to the train there, and I've been seeing people kind of like on both sides, and then those
who the heck is this?
Pictures came out, and they're like, oh,
Vicky, thank you for that.
Oh my gosh, no, Gypsy's horrible for like doing that to her mother. And if you know me, I'm gonna get the facts, see both sides before I make an opinion, regardless of what the internet says. So I did. I watched the documentary. After watching the documentary, and then I saw all the murder photos, but And everybody's freaking out. Like, what were you guys expecting it to look like anyways? It's a murder scene. Like, she didn't die peacefully in her sleep. So, like, I assumed it was going to be bad. My opinion is I can't believe she waited that long to do what I think anybody probably would have done in that situation. So I am.
Oh my God, that's a horrible thing to say. I'm surprised she waited that long. Who would say that? Man, you are crazy as hell for saying that. Holy hell. And then she said, I'm pretty sure anybody would have done that. We all would have done that. You what? Nah, I'm good. I'm not ever going to take someone else's life. Jesus. Okay, let's keep going. That's crazy as hell.
100% on.
Who is this person, y'all? Is this like a big person? Like somebody that's known?
Gypsy side. The torture and the abuse that poor girl went through. Her mama had.
That wasn't real? Didn't they say it wasn't real? Allegedly? Somebody came out saying like it wasn't even real. Like she said it. She's like, no, it didn't actually happen. We just did it for trips and money and houses and stuff.
Had it coming. I don't blame Gypsy.
Annie, Elise, what do you think?
Unhinged bananas crazy.
Yep. Cardi B?
That's suspicious. That's weird.
Yep. I agree.
Oh, he needs some milk.
He does need some milk.
Well, I know she didn't actually do it, but whatever. Her boyfriend did. Her boyfriend's psycho, or ex-boyfriend, or whatever. He's a little psycho, but I don't blame Gypsy. Like, I can't believe it took that long, and I don't feel bad for her mom. I know it was gruesome, but murder is gruesome. There's no like pretty version.
Feel bad for somebody that was
of it, but abuse is gruesome too. And honestly, what the hell that Gypsy went through is far worse than the short-term hell that, well, actually, her.
What the hell? Okay, she's trolling, y'all. She's trolling. There's no way anybody can say, well, the hell that this person went through is worse than the lady that was her life was ended. She's trolling. She does it for views and likes and stuff. She wants people to come on there and comment and be like, you're outrageous. And then to end up in videos like this lady's video. That's not real. There's no way anybody would say that and mean it.
Mama's in long.
Come on. That's crazy.
Term hell right now. I support Gypsy. Her mama had it coming.
Two more things.
Her mom had it coming. Oh my. What's that called? A contrarian? The people that are always like, the majority of people feel a certain way, so they're like, well, I'm just going to feel the opposite.
I want to touch on. The first is that Gypsy did her birthday vlog. And while there are a few things that are kind of interesting about the vlog, just, whatever, I'm not really worried about these little minuscule things. What I would like to focus on is the fact that the video clip that she shows from her birthday.
Wait, wants the JP cry.
Her outfit of the night, outfit of the day, whatever. She shows she's wearing a white tank top, jeans, and some custom shoes that some person that has no morals sent to her as a gift. There is literally no baby bump in that video or in those photos. Just a short period of time later, she is on a TikTok live and she says she feels like she's getting fat, but she goes ahead and shows her baby bump.
Whoa, done. Thank you.
Birthday attire, simple jeans, white tank top, and these custom-made sneakers by Brush by SOWS. Adorable. All right, stay tuned for more. I feel like I'm getting really fat, guys. I don't like it.
What the hell?
All right, now how do I make
That is crazy, though.
this stand up again? Okay. Tighten that up. Okay. Yeah, I'm getting there. It's not huge, but it's also not flat either. Oh, happy birthday! So, I feel like a baby bump reveal. I feel fat, guys. My body image right now is not that great. because I mean my jeans don't fit anymore. I feel fat. I look in the mirror and I'm like, this.
That's what I feel like when I DoorDash Taco Bell. Exactly 17 minutes after I eat it, I'm like, oh, got me again. Got me again with this bullshit.
This is there. It's there.
Y'all have to correct me if I'm wrong down below, as always. To me,
No, don't tell my mom I ate Taco Bell, though. She cries every time. My mom sees I ate Taco Bell. She's like, no! Because my mom's like all about like grow your own food, everything organic. She's like, it's yoga mats. The food is yoga mats. And I'm like, I'm sorry, Mom. And she's like, no! Why would you do this? It's crazy.
number one, the amount of elapsed time doesn't make sense. Number two, her showing this baby bump, it's not giving me what I would expect to see visually from somebody who is trying to show me a baby bump. Now, of course, I am always happy to be wrong. I am glad to hear other opinions. Educate me, sound off down below. It just doesn't make a lot of sense to me. And when we're talking about somebody like Gypsy, who has a history of using pregnancy and wanting to have babies as a way to grift, get attention, get pity, collect sympathy, be the center of attention, keep a man in her life.
Damn, she dropped in the keep a man.
For me,
Stella, thank you. J-Lo, thanks for the follow.
I have a lot of concerns, and that's where I'll leave it for now. So watch those two little clips and tell me how you kind of take in that content down below.
Dawn, so sweet.
The last thing I want to put in this video is that Gypsy was in the comments of a creator. Her username is Princess AMYRKHA. This creator was really going in on Nina, the beauty influencer, having some really just out of pocket.
Who's Nina?
Comments.
Y'all, I have no idea what the hell is happening. I'm so lost. Anybody as lost as me? Thumbs up in the chat if you're as lost as me.
And things that were being sent Nina's way. And I've always said, I don't care. Like, if you don't like somebody, that is your right. But if you have to resort to bullying them and demeaning them to get your point across, then I'm going to tune out. Before I tuned out, though, I did see that Gypsy Rose was in the comments.
Oh, you guys follow Nina. Okay, maybe I do need to find out who it is.
Of this creator saying a bunch of clapping emojis, girl, preach, LOL.
Kept trying to figure out who this Nina beauty influencer person was. I was so fucking confused. But
Trucking. Gosh, dang it. Trucking.
I looked her up, right? I just tapped on the app, right? And this is what I found. This is the woman who took me to the cleaners. But all I see on this page is an absence of a job, an obsession with Gypsy Rose, and eyebrow blindness.
Eyebrow blindness?
The only thing that looks like it needs to be cleaned is this lady's makeup brushes. So I don't understand how and which way she took me to the cleaners. Look, guys. This woman has a whole series on exposing Gypsy Rose. The girl already went to prison. She already went to prison. Maybe I don't care. Have you ever considered that? Have you ever considered getting a job? Because I have one. I got two, actually. Have you ever considered going back to school and reading a book? Because I'm also doing that. I got a degree and I'm working on another one. What are you doing? This TikTok shit is fun.
That's crazy. So, what are you doing? What are you doing?
Fun for me. It feels like this is your life. And that's sad.
It's 2024. If you're not making some kind of income from the internet, you're like the people back in the 80s that were like, oh, the internet. No one's ever going to use the internet. I'm going to put all my money and investments into paper media, like magazines and newspapers. Information sent to a telephone that you can view.
Bruh.
Man, to me that sounds like jealousy. That sounds like, oh, she's got 203,000 followers and I don't.
Get a hobby.
Damn, she said get a hobby too. Speaking of which, we have 247,459 followers on the TikTok machine. Thank you for that, y'all. TikTok, hit the follow button if you're new here. My name's Patrick. If you like this kind of content, we do a little true crime. This isn't, I mean, it's Gypsy Rose, so I guess it falls under the true crime umbrella. But we were talking pretty heavily about Micah Francis for like the last 2 months. And so, you know, when new things come out in that case, we'll talk about it. In other cases that come up, we'll obviously talk about it. But right now, I got sent a ton of these videos, and I said, you know what? Let's check it out. And this one's almost over, y'all, so keep going.
So what I would like to say about this is, Gypsy Rose, you are on your platforms telling people that you are preparing for motherhood. And you want to make sure that you are in a peaceful, serene environment, drama-free, no stress, no worries. You are nesting and drinking orange juice and doing photo shoots with mangoes inside of the grocery store and wearing shirts that say wifey and making sure that you are still getting those clicks and still remaining relevant.
It was mid-March when I left Ryan. So this is absolutely 100% Ken's baby. There was never any question of paternity.
How do you think your ex is going to react to this, especially given that you're going through a divorce proceeding still?
I'm hoping that he is okay emotionally, and I wish him the best emotionally. But right now, I have not even had a moment to stop and think about anybody else except for, am I taking my prenatals in the morning? Am I drinking enough water? Like, I have so much to focus on, making sure that I'm healthy for this baby. So.
You've clicked into maternal mode.
I have, absolutely, nesting and everything.
Instead of egging on and co-signing bullying towards somebody who is giving commentary about you, whether or not you like Nina, she's giving commentary, and I don't watch all of her content, but you're a public figure, she's giving commentary, it is what it is. Instead of co-signing that bullying to make you look like a bored, hypocritical idiot, why don't you worry about taking your prenatals and restocking your fridge with OJ and going on live with Ken and getting attention from those people who are still, for whatever reason, in your corner. Take your vitamins, stay out of the drama, because so far I've seen somebody who is raising a whole lot of questions, losing supporters, and not giving I'm about to be a mother vibe. But either way, I'm trying to kind of work my way out of the weeds with all of this Gypsy Rose stuff. There's just so much happening. It's kind of hard to keep an eye on everything, but I figured let's just put a bunch of updates in one video, and I'm going to move on to an update with World of T-Shirts, Joshua Block, and I also have a video coming on ethics in true crime, specifically true crime on social media. I thought that would be an interesting kind of random conversation to have, so keep an eye out for those, but I'm doing my best, trying to keep up and just live my life. So,
oh man, that was crazy as hell. Y'all, did you enjoy the live stream? Hit the thumbs up button, YouTube. We still don't have 200 likes. Y'all, hit the thumbs up button. Hit the subscribe button if you're new here. Show the video some love, y'all. Go back and rewatch it if you just caught the end of it. I love you guys. Make sure you go subscribe and follow all the creators that we watched. Love you guys, and I'll see y'all tomorrow.